Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. As the title suggests, I wanted to talk about some of the best beauty products that I've purchased over the past month. Consider this my November and December favorites because we're already almost finished with the first week of December and time is flying by. Let's start with skincare. I'm not sure where you live, but where I live in Michigan, it has been absolutely miserable and frigid. The sun is out today, which is nice, but it's also deceiving. Even though we see the sun maybe once every 2 weeks this time of year, when it does come out, it usually means it's bitterly cold out. It's not a good time to go outside. The skin tends to suffer because of that. I have a little trio of products that is helping me manage with managing my dehydration. The first thing is an essence, VT Glucamune Essence. You can find this on Yes Style or Stylevana. It's called an essence, but it does have a thicker texture. It's clear, it's completely unscented, and it is a beautiful product. Works great no matter the season, but in the wintertime especially, it's such a beautiful product to layer. Couple of layers of this to really rehydrate my skin, and then usually that's enough. Then I continue with my moisturizer, my sunscreen. On days where it's just absolutely brutally cold and I need a little bit of extra help, I recently got the Experiment Super Saturated Serum. Had been on my wish list to try for quite a while. A lot of skincare influencers that I follow speak very highly about this product. You don't get as much product as with this, but it is a thicker product. It's also clear, completely unscented. This is a glycerin serum. You know that snail mucin that went viral a while ago? It has a similar texture to that because of the glycerin in there. I only need 1 pump of it, and while my skin is still damp from this essence, that's when I apply the hydrating serum, and it really works. You can get this brand at Sephora now, which is great. And then the other thing is not a new thing, but I did recently repurchase a new one. It is a winter staple for me, and it's the Prequel Skin Utility Ointment. This is fantastic. It's like a slightly more cosmetically elegant Aquaphor ointment or Vaseline, petrolatum based skin protectant. But what I like about this is that it's just a bit more cosmetically elegant. It's not quite as greasy, it's a little bit lighter weight, but it's so effective. And this works particularly well in my evening routine to protect areas of my face that can get sensitized really easily because of my nightly tretinoin usage. In the wintertime, the corners of my mouth, and there are some patches around my chin and around my nose that tend to get drier and irritated, and I want to prevent tretinoin from getting in those areas because that can make the irritation so much worse. But I don't want to skip tretinoin either because it's working fine on everywhere else on my face. So I protect my skin with this ointment on those areas, especially around the nose, from blowing my nose so much in the winter. Sometimes it can just get so dry and irritated. I just protect those areas with a thin layer of the ointment before I apply my tretinoin. And this prevents the tretinoin from getting to those areas, thus my skin won't get irritated as much. For makeup, I wanted to talk about eyeshadow. I purchased one of the Patrick Ta glitter eye duos. I wasn't really drawn to them when they first came out, but they launched 3 or 4 new shades for this season, and I was influenced by Tanya Wells and Emily Glitter Goblin to get this shade. This is the Slow Burn shade. So this is one of the new shades. I am just such a sucker for a good rose gold glitter. It's very impactful. This is what I'm wearing. Definitely more of a statement glitter. It can be a bit much for daytime, but during the holiday season, I do love a daytime glitter. It's not as refined as the Chantecaille glitters. It's definitely more of a statement, but I really, really like it. It's gorgeous, and it reminds me of my other favorite statement rose gold glitter, which is this shade right here from the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 palette. They're not the same, but they're definitely in the same family. And the Patrick Ta glitter is more impactful than the Pat McGrath. It's a little bit brighter. So right here is the Pat McGrath Rose Gold, and then these two are the shades from Patrick Ta Slow Burn. There's a green shift to the glitter particles in the Pat McGrath. The Patrick Ta shades don't have, I'm not noticing a shift in these. And there seems to be more glitter particles, and maybe they're a little bit smaller. The overall effect is just a bit more blinding with the Patrick Ta, especially in this lighter bottom shade. Do you need both? Absolutely not. You can absolutely curb your craving with, you know, an old glitter from a Pat McGrath palette, but the Patrick Ta is a little bit brighter. It gives more of a wet look on the eyes, but at the same time, if you use the Pat McGrath eyeshadows wet, you can get that same look too. So I definitely didn't need the Patrick Ta in my life, but I'm glad I have it. The next eyeshadow product is something I am so excited about, and it's the Byredo Bibliophilia eyeshadow palette. Honestly, the footage and swatches and pictures online of this palette really don't do it justice. These shades, I'm probably never going to use. If I'm honest, I don't love red eyeshadow on me. I don't love this type of look, but every other shade in this palette is something that I can easily work with. They're just super, super velvety, almost creamy textures, super buildable, really easy to blend. It gives me that same joy and excitement and luxury feeling that I used to get from the old Burberry eyeshadows. If you like the Prada eyeshadow formula, you will really enjoy this, because that's the vibe. Obviously, I'm wearing the Patrick Ta glitter on top for more of a statement, but the crease color and the, you know, the outer corner, inner corner, and lower lash line, I just have a bunch of shades from the Byredo palette here. I just love to mix and match. They're really easy to mix and match. So you have one half of the palette is cooler toned, the other half of the palette is warmer toned. Today I used a little bit of this and a little bit of this, and then I used a little bit of this, and then I used this in the inner corner. So these shades are just really beautiful to mix, and they blend into each other seamlessly. The packaging is annoying because you will see every little fingerprint on it, but I don't care. It is a phenomenal palette. The other eye product that I purchased over the last month that I've been loving, and I've used this almost every single day, it's the new color of the Creal eyeliner. This is in the color Twilight Smoke, and it's a really beautiful dark cool tone brown with glitter, with silver glitter particles in it. This is the best eyeliner formula out there, at least for me. If you struggle with eyeliner smudging, migrating, definitely try the Creal eyeliners, because these don't budge. They don't transfer, they stay put. The colors are stunning. I kind of lost interest in eyeliners until I discovered this eyeliner formula, and this is the eyeliner that got me into eyeliner again. I would say this color and the shade Everyday Taupe would be my top favorites, but I also have I have copper, and I have the really dark brown, the dark matte brown as well. I love them all. These are not new products, but this is a new combination because I hadn't worn them together until this past month, and this is the only thing I've had on my cheeks for the past month, pretty much. Starting with Rhode Sleepy Girl. It's a really beautiful mauvey pink. Depending on your skin tone, you know, it is a cooler toned blush. On me, it just shows up really nice and neutral. I also have a little bit of this on my lips as well. And for a powder topper, the Westman Atelier Cheek Duo in the shade Petal Biscuit. I use Biscuit as a bronzer, and then I have Petal on my cheeks just to give me a little bit more oomph. Petal pulls slightly warmer on my cheeks than Sleepy Girl, so layered together, they just give me that perfect neutral, muted pink. I've also really loved the Rephr 38 brush. This is a brush that I keep clean, but I use it in between steps just to make sure everything is nice and blended. It is so nice. It's great for making sure the concealer, cream blush, cream bronzer, foundation, just make sure everything is nice and blended, that there are no harsh lines. The shape of it is just perfect. You can also use this to set the under eyes with powder. You can use this for cream highlighter. A very good shape, very good for multitasking. Lisa Eldridge had a video, a tutorial maybe a couple years ago, and where she talked about the concept of just having a cleanup brush on hand when she does makeup, just to make sure that everything is really seamless. It kind of takes away excess product. It's a really cool technique. That's how I learned about it, and then this brush works really well for that. The last makeup product that has just blown me away over the past month has been the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. This was from that last minute panic Sephora order that we tend to make sometimes. This was not on my radar. It wasn't on my wish list. It wasn't even in my Sephora haul update video. This is something that I purchased after that. Fantastic. This is a mattifying setting spray, and it has some oil absorbing capabilities, but it's not drying at all. The mist is really nice and fine. You shake it up. Perfect mist. I've been using a lot less powder, but I still need a little bit of powder because I do have combination oily skin. So my skin's dehydrated, but it's still producing a little bit of oil. And I usually set my face with powder all over, but I've been using this instead of setting powder all over my face. And it is just magic. It really does blur and mattify the skin, but without drying it out. I don't know how to explain it, but if you have oily skin, combination oily skin, highly recommend checking it out. There's no scent to it whatsoever. It's really, really nice. They also sell minis of it if you'd like to try a mini first. Absolutely love it. So this has been my main setting powder, and then I do take a powder puff and set my under eyes and just right around my nose and just my T-zone, those couple spots that still tend to produce more oil. But other than that, this sets the rest of my face just beautifully. And then the last two things I wanted to talk about are just little scented treats that have made my seasonal depression a little bit more tolerable, shall we say. This is the Labo Matcha hand cream, and this just brings me so much joy. I keep it on my desk next to my keyboard, a little pick-me-up. I put some of this on. Matcha is one of my favorite Labo smells, and if you have a favorite Labo scent, a Labo fragrance, I highly recommend getting the matching body care that they sell, because their scented body products are so good. They're so strongly scented. Sometimes you can get away just wearing the body lotion. You don't even need to put perfume on top. It really helps amplify the intensity of the scent. Now with the hand cream, they don't have it in all their scents. I think they only make the hand cream in the Santal scent. I think they make it in another 13, and then they also make it in Bergamot 22, and then in Matcha. I can smell the lingering scent of this for a really long time. And it's a really nice and thick and nourishing hand cream. So it's been a really nice treat. I love this scent so much. And for unscented hand cream, I really like the CeraVe or the Prequel hand cream. Those are my unscented favorites, but it's just been nice to have a scented option at my desk for when I just need a little pick-me-up. And then the other thing I've really been loving is the Flamingo Estate Green Goddess candle. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. It's one of their newer scents. I love Flamingo Estate. I think especially if you're doing any gifting. It's a very luxurious lifestyle brand. They have soaps, they have candles, they have beautiful olive oils and vinegars, and they have these extremely expensive but very delicious dried organic spicy strawberries. They have really luxurious niche food and home goods. That's kind of the vibe. I don't shop from them often, but I do like a holiday treat from them. It's not a particularly Christmassy or wintry scent. This is definitely the kind of scent that you can have burning in your house year round. It smells like good herbs, but there is a nice sweetness to it as well. It's very fresh and aromatic, and the throw is really good. They burn evenly. The vessels are really nice, thick glass. Yeah, highly recommend. And obviously, if you don't want a basil scented candle, they have so many others to choose from. They have a gourmand one that they just came out with that's also getting really good reviews. So if you want more of that cozy, sweet, baked good scent that's familiar but elevated and luxurious, check out. I think it's called something with a P. I don't remember the name of it exactly. Highly recommend checking out Flamingo Estate candles. They make beautiful gifts. I just can't get enough of this. If you like the Sir Trudon Abdel Kader candle, or if you like any of the tomato leaf candles, that's the vibe of this candle. I haven't really been into typical wintry scents in terms of candles. The copywriting on the website for this candle is also so beautiful. Green Goddess is a celebration of all that bursts with green. It mingles freshly picked basil, sharp mint, bright pea tendrils, and warm golden ginger, conjuring those fleeting moments at golden hour when everything is lush and the garden feels alive. We launched Green Goddess during Virgo season. Virgo is the gardener, the herbalist, and the harvester of the zodiac, the one who knows the sacred order of the soil and honors the rituals of the earth. An exalted green, bright and balancing, filled with freshness and clarity, a candle that channels the calming, meditative, and life-giving essence of the garden. She's an invitation to breathe in, clear out, and come back to what feels rooted and real. Shout out to their copywriter because that is so beautiful. And that's it, my friends. That concludes my roundup of favorites lately. Let me know what you've been loving in the comments. I know the sale season has just been relentless and overwhelming, so I don't blame you if you opted out and you skipped out on much of it. Thanks again for watching. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.